breakfast, I can tell you what it tastes like. Wake up and I see red and I still don't got no brake lights. Yeah, feeling super fly. I look in the mirror, see ambition in my eyes. Got more than one formula, they love the way I drive. Yeah, I've been a prize, there's no need to be surprised. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that, Hey, never feeling the pressure, please not at all. I walk in when it's crunch time, leaves in the fall. Woman on me, only hit my name on a roll call. It's like there is no ground beneath my feet, I got no flaws. Still humble, but just don't get it confused. You know who I am, there's no need to introduce. I am one of one, they can't stand it, but it's true. Sicker than the average, ain't no challenge that's immune. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that, like that. Big stack in my bag. It's like that, like big stack in my bag. You know I'm getting to it, like that, like.
I should have served the other one, but he right back for another one. Quarter on a quarter, how you double up right off the bus. Soon as he touch down, run the money up. One-on-one. Water, a little vinegar mix, it's tough enough to take another. Still plenty room, you get money with my run, been nothing but a stun. I done up a bunch of them. This what got them ducking me. They don't come out the house like a punishment. The ones they jumping me. 4 or 5 years and they work is numbing me. Too forever. She won't rushing me. Ask anybody what's up with me. Rolling butt off. Been up a week, why could never out hustle me? They was older, broker than the younger me. Back then they couldn't with me. I ain't never punched no card or made no money off no. They focus you on live. The net and what you post on it don't mean to a real. All it take for you don't get your way and now you feel different. All it take for you that paper now you feel different. All it take don't talk you for a day and now you feel different. All it take for you to catch a case and now you feel different. I swear I don't feel. Make me feel different. I swear I don't feel. I never feel different. G-ski established. Better bow her head when I walk past the way your manners. As a kid, stayed with my granny. Daddy went to jail for lost my only chance being happy. Damn, what happened? Outcome match my actions. Talk, then I back it. Great example. I'm the standard. Come to preach on what you practice. Actually, I can't fathom or rationalize and move past it. He turned this from his section. Island daily, well respected, well connected. Look there, tell me God gon' let us into heaven with this. Focus you on live. The net and what you post on it don't mean to a real. All it take for you don't get your way and now you feel different. All it take for you that paper now you feel different. All it take don't talk you for a day and now you feel different. All it take for you to catch a case.
Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Tonight, it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, we talk about the phrase last but not least. That qualifies here. It's the final game of Week 1 and one of the most anticipated debuts around these parts in a long time. All eyes on the new number 8, Aaron Rodgers, making his first start as a New York Jet.
And think about it, wearing number 8, despite a gracious gesture from the retired number 12, Joe Namath, to wear that number. Aaron Rodgers is going to make his own way wearing his college number. And you're right about how anticipated this is. The Jets believe he's the piece to get them to the playoffs and possibly the Super Bowl.
So peel back the curtain and let the show begin here. Here we go, partner. After 244 starts in a Packer uniform, it is the first start here in New York for the newest Jet, Aaron Rodgers.
And does that mean we can all exhale now and just enjoy the show? So much build-up, so much speculation, so many of us wondering how this is going to turn out. It begins right now.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A good start. One play, 10 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, did the Jets miss this guy? Here's Breece Hall. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers. And this is incomplete. So Aaron Rodgers here getting his first run in a Jets uniform. Well, he'll get 3 of his first 4 games at home, but it is an intimidating slate. You got Buffalo tonight. They go to Dallas next Sunday, followed by a divisional home game against the Patriots, a team that's had their number, to put it mildly. And then the Super Bowl champs come in Week 4.
And don't forget, not far behind them, the Eagles in Week 6. But I think that this is a great way to open for Aaron Rodgers. If you've ever wanted a challenge, this is it. And this gives him a chance to show the rest of the world he's still got it and is still an MVP in this league.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Well, here come the Bills for their first possession, led out by their 27-year-old quarterback in year 6. It's Josh Allen.
And it just feels like Allen has the Bills on the cusp of something great. Another 13-win season last year, and they're officially perennial favorites in the AFC. Behind that effort, continued excellence from one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Throwing to start the drive. Allen being chased out left. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Allen. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
I know some guys, they love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Allen. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 28 yards. And the Bills are on the board here first in the season opener. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that. What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others. Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0? Like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear. Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys. But Charles, a tough task ahead for this defense, trying to slow down Aaron Rodgers. What would you be trying to do? I would think about selective pressure, Brandon, and what I mean by that is he's going to eat you up if you blitz him too often, because he'll read that and go to the man coverage patterns. But every now and then you bring that pressure at him, make him deliver the ball on time. It's when he keeps the ball, maneuvers out of the pocket, and throws deep, that's when you're in big trouble. On play action, now Rodgers. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It was Von Miller who shot in there to get him down. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground. And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground. Rodgers to throw on second down. Open man is Uzomah. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road? I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Odell Beckham, 70 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles. Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Now Rodgers. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. On the return, Hardy. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now 2nd and 9. On play action, Allen. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
This will be caught. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Bills. Deebo Samuel. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work in preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. A tackle made by Dorian Williams from the 47. It's 2nd and 5. Rodgers now to throw. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now Rodgers. Open man here is Kohlman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin from 6 yards away. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score already down 21.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all their...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Deebo Samuel doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Bills have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they've put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this lead could become.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add out a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the...
Taking it right down Broadway. Breece Hall. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 72 yards on the ground. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Nick Bawden, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jets get a bit closer. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Zerline now for the PAT. It's good, and it's now 35-14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play here for Buffalo. 61 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big, big yardage.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Allen to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is... And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Bills are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Bass on for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. On the return from his end zone. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
And this one will be brought back to the 22. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. To the air, Allen. Steps away to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Well, no surprise to anyone who watches the NFL there. Remember, Josh Allen, 7 touchdowns on the ground last year, added 1 more in the playoffs. In fact, the active leader in touchdowns by a quarterback with 39 coming into 2023. The big horse rides again.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Inside the 10, and he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick-6 in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. The New York set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing is Rodgers. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller now with his 2nd sack here on opening night. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Deebo Samuel on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills extend their lead yet again. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the route is on here in this 1st half. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
The Jets on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Micah Parsons providing a little little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Here's Hardy set to return. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all of those things? But the best players show up each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again.
Well, these defensive backs have been getting torched all game long, and finally, a small measure of revenge here. That time the coverage downfield is excellent, and they're right there to battle for the football and force the incomplete pass.
Well, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there, and that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. Here's Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Taking a shot for Samuel. It got his man complete. A big play here for Buffalo. 53 yards.
Well, he already had a big receiving game working, and it's going to get a lot better here. Defensively, they're fortunate this is not a touchdown, but he's just been absolutely unstoppable, and he comes up with yet another gigantic play.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And this one is incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Allen again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Von Miller, make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Allen. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now a give, running left is Harris. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. There's Hall bringing in another one. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And again, it's Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
A final shot before half for Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Desmond Ridder, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Jimmy Garoppolo, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. Patrick Mahomes, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. The Bills got a terrific first half from the man on the cover, quarterback Josh Allen. He had a half for the ages, touchdown pass after touchdown pass. He threw a month's worth of touchdowns in just those first 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Allen dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Allen going to throw
toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Odell Beckham. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at their own 22.
He'll give it to Hall to start the drive.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
A toss left side for Hall.
And he's got room. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
142 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. In motion right is Davis. There's a fake on the Jets sweep, and instead a give to Hall up the middle.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Rodgers going to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. Fielded at about the 28. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, they'll throw with Allen, rolling to his left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Allen. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen, forced out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Jets set to take the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And award that sack to Boogie Basham.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. To throw is Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Bass on for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. New York ready to go again offensively. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taylor now from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, All coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. On the draw, it's Hall. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Rodgers. That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Running left, it's Hall. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver, that time to want to get in there and bring him down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who is just really taking care of business in their part of the field, you have to keep going back to them.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Allen buying time to his left. Taking a shot for Samuel. A contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A big gain there for the Bills. 49 yards. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Going for it all. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 29 yards. And the Bills are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete right side to Lazard. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers again now. This one caught by Davis. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. Now it's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Rodgers. And now here is another interception. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
Allen now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You got the lead, just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for 1st downs instead of airing it out.
from midfield. Here's Allen. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play here for Buffalo. 47 yards.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big fourth quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
Now Allen. Floating one, incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bills add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him. But how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good? They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers now to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
This is taken at the 23. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen taking a shot for Samuel. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. That is incomplete. The Charles are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And again, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Now they'll try again on second down. Oh, and that is incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so,
touchdown! Trent Sherfield, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have got it on cruise control. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Jets. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something. There he goes, right side. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 46 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Micah Parsons in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And that is no good. And they will remain well behind.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it. And it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them. Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Here's Allen to throw it. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
But, Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it.
The New York set to take the field.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half is pretty much...
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. On second and a long way to go.
Rodgers, this ball tipped and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
Now Rodgers. In trouble and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And now out come the Jets.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Rodgers.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So Allen's going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. To the air. Allen. This is caught. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Here's Allen. Being chased out, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Quan Alexander gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak, no running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Bills, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you.
Legends on 3, 2, 1.
Got some go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, please, please don't. Go that, go that, go that, go that, go that with me. Go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that. Hey, ain't even got enough change in the meter. Double part looking like Bane in the beater. Her friend keep helping detangle the weave. Only jumped in the front seat to play with the speakers. Let my dance, stretch I might dance. Plus when I stumble, I might cause I might dance. Flush like plus plus size panoramic truck. I hop out the roof. Yeah, dime on my left wrist and she got the flu. Yeah, watch look like checks mix is supposed to be blue. She know it's 2 seats, so she leave her best friends. Bust down my dad face, your chain is a neck. Go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, please, please don't go that, go that, go that, go that. Left wrist go that, right wrist go that, necklace go that, sis go that, this don't go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, me. I had to hit my designer for sneaks, double dip mine in the bleach. I'm block over short, I'm popping down Miami Beach, pull up like LeBron with the heat. I bought a crib in the crib with the orange shit, beach at my mouth, but I can't see me walking there. I'm with a Tesla, but it ain't no charge of that. I call up Kohlman, Brianna, been parking the top these box seats. I'm watching Archer, they cop like stop right next to my block at Trust Fund. Beat, I might drop that hips on the stallion and Doja her top half, 2300 on the horse and I'm Mike. Switching out the character, the strippers like Tigers. Legends on 3, 2, 1. You tried it. You say you love me like you love him. You lying. You know your worth for what it's worth. I could buy it. We'll say it's lonely at the time.